Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here for the lower bracket rankings. As you can see, I have 6 lovely colleagues joining me today. We have arguably one of the most interesting supports in the bracket, Centre, who has a weird looking hat at the side just there.
I mean, weird. Let's just say it's gonna get picked.
Well, there we go. And then we have Cat Bandito, arguably one of the best mid laners in the tournament. Welcome, Cat.
I don't know if I can say that about myself, but yeah, thank you.
Then we have a visitor to the bracket, Timu Bwippo himself, New Meta. welcome. Then we have Alki, who again is a visitor to this bracket, running on what seems to be Mac 01. Welcome to the cast.
Hey, come on.
And then we have Kevin Kong, one of the ADCs from the lower bracket.
No.
And then we have one of the captains themselves, the one and only Aussie.
Hello.
Fabulous. I think, guys, more for time's sake, because I know some of you guys have scrims tonight, we should just bash right in with some of these picks. Now, we've kind of collated a kind of top 5 in every single bracket, and I want to kind of see what you guys think of them. So let's start with the support, the top lane, sorry. Let's just get started. So this is number 5 for the top lanes. Quite a lot of you guys saying it's Archer, but we've got BMW and JLD there for Aussie and Kevin. So Kevin, why did you see BMW not Archer for number 5?
No, I think top lane is quite stacked by looking at it. I think he's coming in there at 5 for that.
Yeah.
But I think he's a little bit better than Archer, personally.
Very good. And Aussie, how about JLD? Why 5?
Why 5? From the mini LCS, how would you say, outcome?
Yeah.
It looks like there are other top laners that can actually win against JLD. He's still a good player in my opinion, so I would still put him top 5. Out of the 8 teams, he's still in the top 5 top laners there.
Yeah. And how about you, Steve, with obviously we've got Alki as well with JLD. Is there any reason why you have him 5 and not higher up?
Well, I mean, what else he says is right.
Yeah.
He showed up in the mini LCS, but I wouldn't necessarily say that he is someone that would take his team by the hand and win a game on his own, And there are some top laners here who I think do have that ability.
Well, there you go. And then obviously you, Steve, you've got Archer. Any reason why you've got Archer at number 5?
I just have personal experience with him rather than the rest of them.
I mean, this is your lane, New Meta, so you know these guys pretty much inside and out.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think it was just best of the rest.
And I think, personally, for me, it's an often case among all roles where it's rank 5 between 5 and 10 is the same. You could put anyone in that position. I think they are all pretty close to each other. So I think Archer was just that standout from the crowd, but not necessarily too far ahead.
Yeah, I think people are sleeping on grapes myself. I think Double 56 will come in. He may not be the best top laner in the tournament, but he's going to come in and make a name for himself. Well, what we'll do is we'll kind of skip through some of the next ones. So we'll bring in picks 4 and 3 now. We ready for this?
For sure.
So I have Wally at number 4 and Ismar at 3. And we see a lot of JLDs coming in from everyone else. And a few Wallies at second as well. I mean, thoughts on these?
That's third, not second, by the way.
Yes, I said.
Mine is wrong.
Is it wrong?
Mine is wrong.
Is yours wrong? Hang on.
There we go. He's fixed it.
I kind of want to like. I think GLD's spot will be the fourth best. I think it's one of the upsides of this player. Like they're very good on 2 to 3 Riot champions that I don't see them getting every series, every game. I think Set's going to be gone, and I think if you compare this top laner to the ones below them, they will sit right there. But the ones above them have that such a big lead, which is why it goes into Huawei. Huawei has the same problem, has a few champions that they excel at, but for me it's like, can I see them outside of those champions being top 2, being the best in the role, actually impacting the game? I don't think I can.
Yeah, no, that's valid.
Same for me. Like I have something I call the OTP tax. If you're an OTP, you get a tax in the tier list. And Josh and Quali are known OTPs. So, and I think the two above them are not per se OTPs and have been performing on more than one champ.
Yeah, no, that is valid.
I don't
think,
agree with that. I don't
No?
think GLD is as much as an OTP as Huali. But he has an issue that Huali doesn't have, is that Josh doesn't know how to play against a laner that's playing very safe. At least that's what I saw in the mini LCS and then the in-houses that we played in Winnie Hut. It's just that, like, if his opponent laner is playing safe, he's not gonna show.
Kevin, any thoughts on this?
The rest of the time he would. Like against Archer, for example, he would definitely win.
I mean, I agree with the things about Josh being like the 4th place, but like I don't have much to say about the other ranking.
Yeah, for me, I kind of have Ismark. Again, I've only seen a few times. He's a really solid player, really good player. I just don't know enough about him. And I think, as you say, Huali could be at risk of the OTP tax. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's bring in second places here. I have JOD up at
That's
second.
wrong. That's wrong.
That's wrong.
I did not put Sint at second.
Well, you can go into the
That's
sheet.
wrong.
That
I have
guy's
Wally
on Fraud. That
Good.
guy's on
That's
Fraud.
right.
That guy's not even top 5. Like, hello.
No, you can't say that.
So if you fix on the sheet,
No,
Ozzy, it should update.
But yeah, the sheet is right. The sheet says I have Huali second.
That must be a minor. Give me 30 seconds.
Mine is BMW.
Where was it?
Good job, guys.
So yeah, while I'm doing this, talk what your picks and why you have them.
I honestly believe that if you don't have Synthet on this list, you have not been paying attention. In the in-houses, he has not been performing as well, but that guy was easily the best performing top laner in the mini LCS. So
Yeah.
So
not
the
having him
reason
top
why-
5
Look at it
is
this way,
crazy to
right?
me.
In the mini LCS, the cap, like to be Winnie Hut, was plat 1 in the houses as well. In this tournament, the cap is gonna be gold 1. So Synthet is gonna show way more than he did in the mini LCS.
So,
But he's kind of an
my thought
intern.
process
And he was the
behind
best player in mini LCS. He was the best top laner then. So I don't get.
I
cannot
think
put
he
him.
has the problem that he looks really good on Aatrox, and I have the blessing of playing against him in scrims while we were in mini LCS, playing against him in mini LCS semifinals, watching him play versus top laners that aren't what we would compare on his skill, and it didn't actually look one-sided. Off of Aatrox, it looks horrendous. I don't want to flame,
I don't
but I've
agree.
seen his Pantheon, and it's not it, Chief. So
I remember.
I
his
don't think I can
Pantheon
rate
in
him
the mini
highly.
LCS against a team who allegedly brought in a player above the skill level, and he was holding his own against that player. Anyways, so
Yeah, I mean, for me with Synthet, he will be one of the better ones, I think. For me, and partly this was some of the recent interaction, it's more decision making. He technically is one of the things, but sometimes decision making will be interesting to see. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how the season plays out. But let's get our top picks so we can keep moving along, so we can get you guys to your scrims. And I'm seeing a lot of BMWs and ISMAs. I think we're equally split amongst the...
Mine is wrong again.
2 BMWs in his top 5, guys.
BMW,
He's first, but he's also third. You don't know. Don't worry about it.
I have Isma top, BMW, Huali.
There you go. Let me just sort that. My apologies.
Well, I think what he has been showing is the best performance out of any of the top laners here by
A long shot.
So what was your picks again? Center?
Huali third.
Well, third. That was right.
I love being the outlier here.
There you go.
I think it's pretty funny.
I mean, I have BMW up top as well there, Katito.
Yeah.
I
I think for his cost compared to the rest of the pool, he went for really cheap.
Yes.
He was a very performing factor in every single series he's played. So if we look back when we've seen BMW, he's always been an impactful factor. I also have the recency bias. I've seen this guy in super secret games, and he looks like a monster. I think the gap between the top two top laners, they can swap at any point, and I think this is going to be a matchup that when these two teams play will be a indication of who's on top.
That's if, because obviously they got to the only way to guarantee is to be 2-2-0 teams to go in that third place match, but you'll have to wait and see. But yeah, some interesting top lane picks. Let me just get rid of these and get the next load loaded in. Were they as you expected across the board, guys? Or
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
I'm still surprised that some people are missing some names that I think were really key in previous tournaments.
Yeah.
Who do you think was missing that should have been mentioned?
Synta not being on some list is very strange to me.
Listen,
I think based on in-houses I get it.
Bro.
I've not seen him win a lane these days.
Okay, that's how
he has a win lane lose game curse.
There we go. Anyway,
true.
let's
reverse the party master, man. What can you say?
Let's move into the jungle, folks. You know, that's all I know a lot about. So yeah, let's just bring out the fifth place picks. Now, new meta. I don't know if you know, Rivals pulled out the tournament.
Oh.
I'll be honest, I also did not know.
So there's a few people. So if you just change with an update and update your list.
I'm gonna update that as well.
I'm gonna stick with it.
You're gonna stick with it, yeah.
No. I've updated mine.
So yeah, for me,
you'll need to update.
Yeah. For me, I think Scrabby he's a really solid jungler. He was kind of slept on in the draft. I think he's going to be kind of solidly one of the most reliable junglers. He's not the kind of jungler that will be ultra flashy, but he gets the job done. You know, he goes about his business and nobody really... He's not going to make that game-winning play where he kind of outs five people, but he's going to be there at objectives, be there at the ganks as you need him. Anyone want to counter that, or...?
No, I agree.
I agree. Scrabby on your team.
He's not gonna throw the game, but he's not bad either. You know, like it's just he's reliable. I guess.
Very reliable, really solid player. And then
I see Scrabby on your team, and you give him some PEDs. He's crazy.
You'll steal a couple objectives off day 0.
And then we see Kfit, obviously, and a couple of you guys for Cat and New Meta. Obviously, this is someone that I've seen a lot from on ADC, but not so much in the jungle. So tell me about why you haven't.
Every role, bro. He plays every character, every role. He's always been doing that, and that's why I think he's actually a good player.
Exactly what Ozzy said. I think he's a very unique player. I'm not necessarily sure where I would actually rank him. I think what I was saying behind the scenes is I think all the junglers are actually quite close. I think the top end, again, is further ahead, but I think ranks 3 to 10 are all really, really, really close.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a good, I don't think much is going to happen in this jungle world, to be honest. I think, that's where my head's at. There you go.
Anyway,
I think he will surprise us this tournament, he will.
Very much, very much.
In one
Like,
way or another,
he's
he
a
will.
guy that has knowledge on every lane, but playing League of Legends in hard mode because he's on fucking 200 MS and 30 FPS.
I've
And
got
I don't know.
yeah,
I've
I've got
the game.
it's a fun game. It's a fun game, especially when you play it like that. So we see Scrabby's coming in at 4, Elmo coming in at 4 for centre, and New Meta. Obviously, Aussie's got Scrabby. The one that kind of stands out to me is you've got Expert, Kevin, at number 4.
Yeah, I think he mains support, right? So he's kind of off-roll on jungle. I feel like his Kayn is really good, but I don't know about his other picks necessarily. So I mean, he could surprise me being really good in jungle. But
yeah, for me, he's one of the most. I've had the joy of playing with Expert across multiple teams, multiple seasons. His support is just as deadly as the support. His jungle story is just as deadly as his support. So I'd be interested to see. But yeah, we'll kind of move along. Yep, go on.
Question. Cinco is a jungler now?
He is playing in jungle, yes, because there was no
He
jungles.
logged in as top lane, right?
Yes, but at the
very-
he's had to move because there was no other jungles to be picked up in the situation.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, this is one of these situations where teams drafted a player, their player pulled out, and there was nobody to replace them. So we've had to kind of make
same with our
adjustments. Yeah. So yeah, moving on swiftly. Pickle Pete, I have at number 3, join, and I think that's the kind of consensus at number 3 for at least 3 of us.
So I had
The
Pickle
GOAT.
Pete much lower, but some interesting information was arisen behind the scenes, and Pickle Pete magically he went to number 1 for a while on my list. I think like his decision making outside of the game is in fact incredible, but I think I had to put him number 3 because I do think the 2 junglers above him are just a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better.
I had
Any
the,
response on that one?
No, nothing.
I mean, Catito, if you're basing off what you said from the mini LCS, remember that most of the players he was playing with in that tournament, the skill cap was 2 plat 1. This lower bracket tournament, the cap is at gold 1. So he's not going to be playing with the same team at all.
So it'll be interesting to see how he performs.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
why
All of his
I'm really looking forward
all
to
of his
it.
teammates
I mean,
last
like,
tournament are currently in Runeterra Rising in middle brackets.
there you
So
go.
just think
Not
about
all.
it.
my thought
all.
process. My
Who
thought
is
process
not?
behind
No,
Pickle
but
Pete, though,
the main thing why I chose Pete at 3rd is I see Pete as a blank canvas. You tell him what to do and he'll just do it.
Yeah.
You tell him to gank, he'll gank you, and that's for some teams exactly what you need of a jungler.
Not in every team though, because you need the jungle. The way I see jungle is you are the quarterback, you call in the plays. So it'll be interesting to see. Number 2, we've got experts and bushies across the board, apart from a couple of Pickle Pete's.
Of course.
Bushy at 2? Explain that one.
I've not seen Bushy play that many games, and my number 1 I've seen perform in scrims, I've seen perform in custom games and in-houses, and in my books it's just more reliable from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not getting R5 for my number 2 pick, but my headspace with expert is a support main first and foremost, and in coming into this jungle will have some champion pool kind of issues, just straight up. Just it's not their main role, and that's why I can't put them number 1. As much as I want to put him number 1, and I think he is incredible in the jungle role. He's an
He's
incredible
insane.
captain, and he's such a good shot caller. Like I want to put him number 1. But given that he isn't a jungle main, I can't put him comfortably number 1.
See, I am at 2 simply because I don't think there's a lot between him and my number 1. And I
don't
think
think there's much difference
no, there's
between
not.
them.
There's really not. I mean, with
There's really
expert, you've got to watch out for the Maokai. You got to watch out for the Poppy, and don't let him anywhere near Kane. Because he will be an absolute menace on that. I remember there was a Fearless game last season. He almost 1v9'd on the Kane. So it'll be interesting to see. Let's just get the top picks out so we can keep this moving along. And yeah, I think it's a 50-50 split between Bushy and Expert in the top 2. Obviously, New Meta, you've got You don't have Bushy on your list.
I have absolutely no experience with Bushy. I've never seen that person play or do anything. Like,
Damn.
Yeah, no experience.
So there you go.
I'm
but
going blind here.
I think a lot of the rest of them were fairly kind of set on that. Expert and Bushy being the top two. And comfortably.
Yeah, I think Expert's gonna win you games. One of
Yeah.
the few junglers who is going to solo win you games. It doesn't even have to be by crazy outplays, but the Expert will keep your team together and make sure that you win.
Perfect. Right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the mid lanes. Now, this is something you know a lot about, Katito, because this is your leading question.
Man.
So there's
Don't
no
put me on
pressure
the
here.
spot, bro. Yeah.
Okay, so our number 5 picks in the mid lane. You've got Kalira, Danny times 3. You've got Felu, Jasomat, and Vilberg.
So
Whoa.
I kind of want
Cammy
to speak
solo?
up about Danny. Yeah, in fact, why is Cammy solo? What?
Where's
So-
Cammy solo on your?
I mean, I think the middle bracket pool is kind of stacked. There's a lot of good players here.
Middle bracket stack.
The middle pool of lower
I mean,
bracket.
sure, but Cammy is definitely one of the top 3.
Oh no.
Come on,
So
man.
the reason I have Cammy slightly lower. Technically, she's great. She has all the tools you need. I am just a bit worried about the effect of the lack of a communication. She's really good at pinging, but when you're in that fight, not having that can be a challenge. So I would love to be proven wrong by Cammy.
So
I would love it.
As someone who is,
Mechanically, she does. She gaps
Yeah.
like most people on the lower tier. I don't know.
So,
Like, yes,
as
she's
in
mute, but
someone
she's
who
just
has
a set of roll.
played
You know what I'm
Mexico.
saying?
Oh no, don't worry.
I would
She's
She
not
still manages
rate
to
her.
win like that.
Yeah, she's a very good lane player. Like very good.
again. This whole middle lane is stacked. You know, I think top 5 are comfortably clear. But even the latter 3 picks, there's nothing really between them.
Wait,
Eh,
to clarify to Teddy, because he's
I
like,
would disagree.
Cammy does. Teddy was saying, is Kelly a no mic gamer? And she's literally medically mute.
Yeah.
I would disagree. I actually think that I've based my list off where I think they will rank in terms of being able to carry a game, to take a lead from lane and carry. And I'm basing this off of my personal experiences with either playing against the players or knowing about the players. So I went and asked people, I asked opinions, I looked at games. And I think I put Danny 5th because when I've played versus Danny, it's not looked close. I think he doesn't really have an understanding of what he should do in a scenario where he can get ahead. And there have been times where he gets a gold lead and doesn't do anything with it. So that's why I put him 5th.
That's valid. Felu 5th, new meta.
I'm basing off of the links I have on the player sheet. I'm gonna be honest. I have no clue about the players. He's like the only one that
Where have you
had a
been in
positive
Fearless?
win rate.
You've been part of Fearless. Surely you've seen him, right?
I haven't seen him. No. I don't think I played against him in Fearless. It was in season 1 and 3.
Anyway, let's move on to the next picks. I think across we've got a lot of Magic Carps and then Jason. And the fellow coming out for centre. Anyone want to kind of talk about their picks or talk about a pick?
That surprises me. Magikarp, from what I've seen from Magikarp, you guys are might be underestimating here.
Yeah.
I'm happy to underestimate, and like I was saying behind the scenes to you last night.
You'll be
I've just
surprised
heard
when you
things
see
from
him
people,
play,
like-
actually.
So for me
I've
with
just
Magi, the
heard
reason
negative things about him as a player, so
the reason I've got Magi at 4th is not, again, technically he can play pretty much any champion because he's an arena and ARAM gamer. It's what he does with those skills. And again, with kind of same reason as some of my top and jungle picks, it's kind of decision based. He's great for playing for himself or an ARAM. It's just sometimes that macro lets him down slightly. But it's still kind of very close.
Yeah, I agree with you too, but like B2C plays a lot of ARAM and not Simple Swift a lot. I think that's why he just moves a little bit down.
Yeah, he's still a really solid player. Still a really solid player. Let's move to 3. Right, so let's bring in second spots as well.
Oof.
So we've got Kalira at second for Center, Kalira at third for Katito, second for New Meta, third for Ozzy, second for Kevin, and fourth for Alki. So, you guys have Kalira quite high. As I say, I have down at 5th, but I think there's not much between the top set here.
Yes.
Jason at 2.
So I have some
interesting.
information that people don't have. So obviously I played with Jason on my team and he was top lane last split for mini LCS. There was a time where we trialed him not on top and me not in mid. And I will tell you that this guy is probably better than most of the mids, if not even myself. I think he's actually cracked, and if you underestimate him, you will just lose versus Void. So I'm going to go out on a whim. I'm going to put Jason really high. And if he doesn't succeed, that's fine. It's the risk I'm taking, but that's what my head is telling me. I think he's incredible at mid.
So for me, again, you see probably not in my list. I've played with Jason, and he's, again, really good player, really technically skilled when it comes to it. He was known as Mr. Fearless in Season 2, or Season 3, I think it was. Season 2 or 3 it was.
3, I think.
And he enjoys playing the game, and he makes a point of that, and you just don't know what you're going to get champ-wise. That can be good and bad. And I mean, I played with him in Mini OCS. It didn't quite go as well as we hoped it would. And again, really good player. I'm a bit worried, is all I'm going to say.
Can I talk about my top 5?
You can talk about your top 5, yeah.
The reason I put Magikarp second is because I've never seen him play against Katito, and I have witnessed Katito 1v9 games literally. I don't think there is other Winnie bracket mid laners that could 1v9 games, except for Katito, but I've seen some really, really great things from Magikarp, who is off-roll, by the way. We played the Flex, and he just went 16-4 against a mid laner that was literally Emerald 3. So I just think this guy, Magikarp, he does not give a shit about the game. He plays the game, and he wins, and, it's like, okay, dude.
I just can't wait to see the Crit Viego mid. I can't wait to see Crit Viego mid. That's all I'm waiting for.
I put Cammy third, but it's only because of the mic thing. But I don't think that either Katito or Magikarp could make it to the top 3 if they didn't have the mic.
On that topic, I do think on my list, like 2 through 4 can change at any point.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of want to put Kalira at second, given recent things.
Yeah.
But I want to see how the first week plays out before I have like a full opinion.
But that's exactly, we're making these rankings before, a spell has been cast, an axe has been thrown.
Last comment about Danny. I think he's really good. But there was one game in the mini LCS where I had to lane swap because we had an emergency sub that was Suit. He was gold, I think, so we had to put him in support off-roll so that we could play it. So I went mid lane against Danny. Mid lane is my weakest lane, okay? My weakest lane. And I still managed to have a lead on him and then go even. So I know he's good because even if I was ahead of him, he still managed to go even with me. But once again, I'm not a mid lane player. It's my worst lane. And somehow... Yeah.
I can actually remember casting that game, and it was.
And about Jason, well, I think he still makes it to the top 5 because he has a knowledge of every lane in the game, that gives him a major advantage compared to the other players in the pool. Not the ones in the top 5, but the other ones.
That's honestly on the Danny subject. The reason why Danny is 5th is because I solo killed him with auto attacks, and he just let it happen. So I can't really rate a mid laner that allows me to just repeatedly alter him to death level 1 much higher than 5th, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, that's valid. That's valid. And then, I think to nobody's surprise.
Yeah.
Apart from Alki, talk me through. Where is the Katito?
He's gonna
Right
have to
hands,
show
man.
me. He is gonna have to show me.
Yeah.
This guy in houses has been good at one thing: abusing the weaker players. That's where he's been getting his kills. That's where he's been getting his leads. And yes, he has been doing really well with those leads. But uh, do I think he can do the same thing to coordinated teams who maybe don't have that weak link that he can easily abuse? When he's in a mid laner who is more proficient against a mid laner who is more proficient on their champion. I don't know. I don't see him take over the bracket on his world famous Sejuani mid.
Somebody
Leakin,
clip
bro,
that.
Leakin.
Somebody clip that. I want to bring this up on stream at the end of the season, and we can
If I'm
talk
wrong,
about.
I'll eat my words, but I don't see it.
There we go.
As much as I don't
Watching
want to put
scrims,
this
what
guy
do you say?
first, I just don't think anyone will be able to handle his picks. They just won't know how to play against it. It's his APMF. I've never seen anyone actually stop it, other than JP. But you know,
There we go.
Well,
JP's
JP's
just
the goat.
JP's
JP didn't even sign up.
JP is the
JP is not here, Hunter. Wake up.
Bro, but JP's fucking scheduling, yeah, it's better for the rest of the world that he's not here.
Anyway, moving on to the ADC role. Just wait for my things to reload. 2 seconds. There we go. Right, so 5th picks in ADCs. We're kind of split across the board here. We've got 3 Kevins, including Kevin. We'll come to that in a second. We have a couple of Gimlets, a Lynx, and the Ghostman. So, Kevin, why did you put yourself 5th? Like, do you not believe?
Yeah, I mean, I play kind of every role. It's so I'm not like I think the other players are just a bit better than me personally. But I mean, I don't know because I have not played against all of them. So, but some of them I know they're better, and some I need to like see where I would rank. But I think some of them are better and more used to playing like only ADC and stuff. So
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think you should give yourself a bit more credit than that, because I've obviously seen you throughout the years. I remember that Twitch pentakill in Fearless. Ghostman at number 5, Ozzy.
Yeah, I actually don't know who they are, but I heard hype about them.
There we go. And then Lynx at 5, Katito.
So again, it's like top lane was and jungle was for me. Like I think the gap between the bottom and the top 3 is all of a blur. There are going to be people that have like shining moments. They're going to pop out. They're going to look good, and the next game they're probably going to be 0-7 and like a hindrance on the team. And that sounds quite mean to say out loud, but we are in that lower bracket. We are discussing like a list, and I think Lynx is that kind of outlier for me at 5th. So yeah,
There we go. For me, and I'm sure Numet will say, Gimlet's a really good player. I'm intrigued to see how he acts in this division in terms of working with the team. It'll be interesting how he performs.
sure.
Right, next ones. We have a couple of Kevin Kongs. We've got a couple of Guma Sushis to obviously come in as experts sub, because Typhoon went AWOL. We have Ghostman at 4. So, Senta, how come you got Guma at 4?
Your own AD carry.
Guma 4 is mostly because of whoever is above him. I've seen them play a lot more AD, and that the Guma Sushi guy, he's been playing well in scrims, but he's not an
Yeah, I was
AD
about
main.
to say,
He's a
bro.
mid lane main. So we'll have
I
to see
can't
what
believe you put him
happens.
that way. I think that's a betrayal on Guma, man. Like,
Nah, but
like-
he knows I love him, so it's
Nah.
fine.
Yeah, true.
Well, I'll allow him to make more chicken in the oven next stream.
Fabulous.
Right. Oh man, they don't even know about the chicken, man. Like, don't even. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
I'm not even going to go there. Not even going to go there.
Yeah.
Probably for the best.
Well, I will.
Oh, go on then. Let's hear it then.
No. Well,
No. He started now. Let's go now. Let's go.
No. We will when we get to him. We will when we get to him.
Okay, well
I'm not putting him for.
Let's just jump ahead to get the top second and third here. Suit at number 2, Ghostman at 3 for centre, Guma and Suit for Katito, Guma and Kevin for New Meta, Suit and Kevin for Aussie, Lynx and Gimlet for Kevin, and Gimlet and Ghostman for Alki. I have Guma and the Ghostman at 2 and 3. I think Guma will be a really solid pick. I've seen him perform in wee bits, not a lot, but he's reliable. And Ghostman's one of these ADCs that, he's a reliable player. He'll do the job, and you can't really ask more than that for a player in the lower bracket.
To jump in, I think the top 3 AD carries for me. I'm putting Guma there. I thought he was an incredible mid player, so when I saw he wasn't picked up on mid, it was already a few question marks for me. But then seeing him in scrims, actually seeing him play AD carry, I actually do think he brings a reliable amount of damage to a game. And that's something that is incredibly underestimated, especially among the top 80s. For someone like Suit, who recently I've seen a lot of, will either do a fuck ton of damage or no damage at all. And that is why Suit is third for me. And it's why I'm giving Guma the edge. Because Guma in a game where he is not the carry, not ahead, he will give everything he can to the team. No matter if it's his abilities, his CS, XP, like he will become what you need him to be in the game regardless if his champion suits that role or not. Because he understands that winning is more important than ego.
Oh. Any rebuttals to that?
You're gonna see my first spot. I think you are very wrong, but we'll get to that one.
The only argument I have for having Soot at second is that lately there's been a lot of in-houses, and there's been a lot of times teams have built around Soot, they've played around Soot, and there was nothing.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't think I lost a single game against you while playing this
joke around
Actually,
a few peoples. And a lot of people have been saying Soot's on Fraud Watch, and there's been
listen.
saying Soot confirmed fraud.
No, but
I'm not saying
That's
not what I'm saying. I'm saying that is what happened. Multiple people have been
the most
saying.
critical of Suit. I am the one who was critical of Suit, yes, because he plays very safe in lane. It's easy to get slight leads over him, but every single time he managed to come back. Every single time he managed to do something in that game, and sometimes even more than we could do with the lead. I do not see anyone outperforming Suit.
I can agree with that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Suit's champ pool is mostly very immobile ADCs like Ashe. No. I mean, Caitlyn is not that immobile, but it's still like it's not.
Caitlyn's decently mobile, but yeah,
it's pretty mobile.
There isn't. I don't think there is a single game that I played in houses where I was playing Blitzcrank where I lost against him. I think he just fucking got grabbed the entire time. I'm not lying to you.
You've been speaking a lot about in-houses, but even looking back at mini LCS, when we were preparing to play against him, we weren't looking at Suit, and that's something that, like, as an AD carry player, you want to demand the opponent to look at you. You want to demand them to take things away, and the only thing people
Suit was the best AD carry in mini LCS.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the moment you stop, I mean, I had probably Damus as the best ADC in mini LCS when it came to it, but that's another story.
Sorry,
but when it comes to Suit, he is one of these players that you don't necessarily look at him, and that's kind of when he thrives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if you allow Suit to go under the radar, and you underestimate him, he will annihilate you. He's the kind of... He's not... I remember there was a Kai'Sa game he played in mini LCS. He didn't do much at the start of the game. He got kind of scaled up, and before you knew it, he was redonkulously fed. I don't think he died, or maybe died like once or twice. Whereas everyone else was dying like 15 or whatever times. And he had like 40 odd kills or something stupid like that. And for me, like, when he gets to play like that and he gets let under the radar and doesn't get focused and doesn't get looked into, he's going to succeed.
I think the issue with putting Suit high is the fact that he will get looked at regardless.
Yeah.
He's on a team that has, I wouldn't say too many standout stars. Like, it's a good roster. Don't get me wrong. I actually think the Void roster is incredible. But I think when you do look at that team, you will look at him. And Suit off of Ash versus Suit on Ash is such a big canyon that, like...
I think you have to
taking
respect his
that away
Kai'Sa
from
as well.
him-
The Kai'Sa and Jinx as well.
Nah, I've seen his
You cannot
Ezreal
overlook
recently.
the
Let me
Jinx.
tell you, you draft Jarvan versus this guy and you probably win the game. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like,
He doesn't have to be able to play everything. Like,
Yeah, like an ADC, you know, in the regular season it's best of threes. You need realistically 5 champions. You can feel comfortable.
It's pretty obvious that the debate here is just whether it's Suit first or Gimlet first. They're both
I
really
don't
good,
have
but
I have Gimlet way down.
Gimlet
in terms of top 5.
is somebody that's if he actually tried, because he has knowledge of every lane. Every season he just goes on a new lane. He plays top lane, mid lane, the jungle, support. He has a nasty, very mean Fizz jungle, by the way. You should know. But anyways, this guy Gimlet, if he actually tried, he could be Emerald. I do weight my words when I say this. He could be. Just I think mechanically is better than Suits, but he's like a little bit like sleepy most of the time. Good on
Yeah.
comms. Mechanically, I think he gaps him heavy on it. If he actually like with his team, if he plays enough of them, I think there is not gonna be the shadow of a doubt whether Gimlet is first.
But yeah, Fab was right.
Yeah, I have Suit above Gimlet because like Gimlet's a little bit off-roll as well. So Suit's like playing only AD carry almost, and I think
Gimlet
Gimlet
is not
like,
off-roll. As I said, he plays an entire season. So every year he plays an entire season playing one role. He's not
Yeah.
off-roll. You cannot consider him off-roll.
Alright. Yeah, and I also I've not seen Lynx play, but like I looked at his OPGG and stuff, and I was like, I think this guy looks really good from that based off. But
Yeah.
I see you all don't have him on the list, but I have no experience of playing or anything.
I have never seen Lynx play. I am looking forward to seeing him this season. As a fellow Scot, I am. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Gwen. Again, I think Gwen Castle, I'm intrigued to see. You know, I'm intrigued to see how Gwyn performs. You know, nobody's got him on the list. He's got a really solid roster. I think he's going to have a good time. But I just don't have evidence of him. So yeah, right, supports. The last one.
here we go.
oh, my favorite.
This is gonna be.
Let me quickly change my list real quick, you know? Let me change my
This
list
is gonna
real
be
quick,
good.
you know?
Santa, don't touch the dog, yeah?
Don't touch the dog, bro. Hands up, bro, hands up.
Hands up.
Show me them hands, Santa. Show me them hands.
Oh, you heard about it as well, Tuba?
I am not surprised that Santa's tried to rig this vote. Because that's what Santa does. I have Jaden at number 5. Hear me out on this. Hear me
Get this guy
out.
out of here.
This is my soapbox moment.
Okay,
Get
bro.
this guy out of here.
This is when we knew your list was.
With all the
So for me,
cook.
Jaden, he might be a character, as we all know. But when it comes to like playing the game, he makes some good decisions occasionally. And on his day, he will play really well.
Yeah,
on his
the
day.
The argument is
Once every
Jaden on
5
his one
weeks,
day
he has
of the
one good
month.
game. That's
Yeah. The one day of the month versus literally being the worst player you could play with in the worst ranking in his role. I wouldn't even put him 9th. He is the 10th worst support in this bracket. And like, I think him being top 5 is Kurt, bro. Like,
He
will-
crazy.
the amount of games.
sorry. I don't know.
that
I saw
Jaden
someone
will
in
win
chat type
game
this, and
versus
I
still
think it
losing
needs to be
is
highlighted.
0.
Someone in chat typed, "If only Jaden used the same mic as Kami, he would be fine." And I do agree
Yeah.
You
with
can't
that.
say that. You can't say that.
If you could have Jaden in the game without pings, chat, or mic, he might be top 5. Might is the keyword.
But yeah.
I would
Anyway.
love Jaden in my game, just not on my team.
Yeah, I'd love him on the other team. I do want to talk about Mao. I think I would have had Mao quite high on the
list.
jungle list. but given there was a little role swap to support, I actually don't know how good Mao is. But below Mao, and that's why I put him at 5, I don't know if I can rank those supports. Like I was saying about Jaden, I think every support below 5 isn't close to the top 5. And that's a hard
Yeah, I have the
break
same
to
on
make.
my list.
Yeah. It's a hard break to make.
Anyway, moving on to number 4 picks. We've got a lot of Plumas in the bottom 2. Well, me and Ozzy have Pluma at 4 and 5. We've got Nebbies, a lot of Nebbies on the list so far. I've got 5 Nebbies. Tenno at 4, new meta.
Yeah. I mean, the last time I played with him was like almost 2 years ago. And he was just there. He was just there when you needed him to be, and he didn't like overtake a game. So I just rate other players higher.
Would you agree with that, Centra and Alki?
Mm-hmm. Right, I think for me it's also a lack of I haven't seen that much, so I could be completely wrong here. But I feel like what I've seen from my top 3, they deserve to be there.
Before we kind of move on, Centra and Ozzy, I see a bit of things in chat. You want to just
Just wait.
just wait? Okay,
Yeah,
let's-
we'll wait till we get
It'll
the top
happen.
2, right? Like,
third place. I have. Excuse me if it's mispronounced. Nebby. How do you guys probably know? I've not played a lot with them.
Nebby is another person. It's not the same person.
I know. So I'm not
Nebby is a
meaning.
guy.
Yeah, I'm not meaning that. I'm trying to pronounce. Anyway, I believe they're number 3 for me. They're a really solid player, and I think they'll have a really good season this time round. Center at 3. Speak to him. Tell him why he's the third best. New meta.
I think that's quite high.
Well, I think it's better if I
Can you take your
explain the top
messages,
3
please?
altogether rather than just third pick. It'll make more sense that way. He's not third
I
because
think, like-
he's bad. He's just third because I rate the other 2 just a slight touch better.
Bro, you can
I
just say
think,
you
like,
hate
for
me, but it's
me-
fine, bro.
for me on top 3, I actually think like they all do something differently, which I like. I mean, we're gonna move into the top 2, and I actually think like the gap between the top 2 is not that much. I think each one of them, and I think that includes Tenno at 3 and Center at 3rd for meta, is like they will all shine and they will all succeed. And I think it's going to be how much can they impact the rest of their team to where they end up at the end of the season.
Yeah. Now, before
More
she
than
comes
anything.
back, let's get the Aussie praise out the way.
Man.
She's just great. She makes plays and she tries to go for plays and make decisions even if they're the wrong ones. And I just value that
Yes.
highly because it's better to try to go for something and make it happen even if it's wrong rather than just being there and letting kind of go with the flow.
Hello?
Yeah, for sure. And like the only reason I have her at second is because I think there's someone who's better at number 1, of course, but also the same reason as in top lane. There's something called the OTP tax, and I've seen this person play 2 champions decently well, and the rest have been kind of shaky. But as you can see, in the
hang on,
playlist,
her name is
I
kinda
think
cracked.
you're
this
looking at this
person
wrong, though.
agrees
I think
with
you're
me.
looking at this
I
wrong.
think
You are putting someone lower because on one champion they're the best player.
No, I'm putting them
Just because you
lower
cannot
because they
give her
will
that
never
champion
get to
because
play
you
that
will
champion
lose the
in
lane.
tournament.
Doesn't
I
mean
think
she
Ozzy is
deserves to
probably
be
the
punished
best
for
player
that.
in the entire bracket.
All I'm hearing is Senta's shit scared of the Anevia. That's all I'm hearing. That's all
He
I'm
should
hearing. Anyway,
Terrified.
let's get the last picks out. Center? I don't have I don't know this guy, and I don't think he's that
Sentinel!
good.
Cantito my ghost.
Yo, Setner! My
Sentinel.
ghost!
Sentinel, however, is a really good player.
The Setner guy is the goat, man. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I can kind of speak on why I put Center at top. Going into Runeterra Rising, I actually didn't know who he was. I'd heard pretty negative things from the people that I spoke to. And I played in-houses
You
with
hear that
him.
a
My
lot.
first in-house had Ian, it had Meta, it had Center on my team. And I was like, after that first game, I knew this guy's special. This guy is actually crazy.
Yeah, he is.
And the more I played with him, the more I continued to think, wow, this guy is actually a really special support. Like, I love him.
Somebody clip
Sorry,
that. Somebody
gang
clip
bang.
that.
Sorry, I get gang bang. But, I think like his aspect of where I like playing with Senna and why I put him high. He's not Senna. He's not Senna.
Senna.
You're gonna get it right.
That's going to be
Okay?
so fun on stream now. And Senna comes in for the gank.
He will
Sorry, Santi.
refocus me. He will refocus me, and that is what I respect in a support. A support that will go out of the way to make sure that their players drop ego, drop the shit, and focus. And that's why I put him high.
I think center does one thing, and it's going in, and center will go in, and center will go in again, and center will go in again.
He would just
If
keep
he gets
going
the
in.
kill all 3 times, then he will look like the greatest player in the bracket. If it fails once, he's not going to stop breathing until the game's over.
For me, every time I've played with Setner, he's a good player, right? He's a good player. I just think there's better players in the bracket.
I
think
have
there's-
most
You put
experience playing with
Jaden
center.
above me. Anyone I can take. Anyone is fine. You can put Ozzy above me. You can put Mao above me. I don't fucking care. But Jaden.
Now,
Ian,
I
puts
do.
me on the bracket. That's fine. You know, I know him as a person. I know where he lives. He'll get ganked IRL, yeah?
Hold on.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
gonna get
whoa,
whoa,
whoa.
first,
He's not wrong.
okay?
But
So,
like on a
to
last
me-
thing about god.
Me?
Yeah, you
My
can
turn?
go ahead.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
put
yeah.
center
You go.
first
You
on
go.
top of me. So the only reason I put myself so high is just because of peak elo. It's just that, just peak elo. I think center could be a better support than me because on picks that I've not played for a long time, I don't know, like Lulu or whatever, I know that if it's the first time he plays it in fucking 7 years, he will perform better than me if it's been like 2 months I've not played Lulu. I just know that. But beware that the Setner does not ward. So
There will
Do
not
what
be
you
a
will with
moment.
that
There
information.
will not be a moment where you're like, oh shit, they gave center his anything. You never
Yeah,
gonna be
true.
scared of what center is doing. Never.
No. Like, I
gonna
see
take
also, whenever I've faced Setner, I've been like, oh, he's on that, it's fine. Let's just leave him to
fuck.
do his thing.
I'm gonna call back to
Just
a
watch.
recent game
It's fine.
where this guy, off of listening to anything but Mr. Blue Sky, I think I put number 2. But if you watch center play with Mr. Blue Sky in the background, you're winning the game. That is all I'm saying, and we'll see it
That's-
happen.
That's going to be an interesting montage of clips I can now build, so thank you for that, Catito.
I think you guys are
let's
sleeping
hope
on
Santa's
Mao.
AD carry plays.
Yeah,
Senna.
I kind of agree with Meta here. I think
He does.
Mao's I think
Like-
Mao's being slept on. So I've seen Mao play. I've played against Mao in the support role. That man's cracked. He is everywhere on the map. You know, he's one of these roaming style supports that 1 minute he's bot side, next minute he's top, and then he's ganking your mid at the same time. There's just nowhere he isn't. You have to
best
have...
ability-
yeah, go on.
Is more out of game. I've played with him multiple times. He is never tilted ever, and he only focuses on.
He wants to
trying
win. He wants to
win
win.
as much as possible and just staying positive.
Um,
You will not lose mental when you have that guy on your team.
Yeah. The one thing I would say is if Expert was in the support role, I would have him in top 2. I want to show that out. And I do also want to say Archiana. I've never seen Archiana play in support. And unfortunately, the only time I have experience playing against her, she had a really unlucky series. I mean, Soraka mid was really impressive.
Well, that Soraka mid went crazy.
It really did. No, honestly, like Joggins, I think Archiana
Soraka mid
is going to have a great season. I just don't know enough about them to put them on my rankings.
Well, I
Well,
mean, yeah, she did. She did play Soraka mid. That was maybe not our brightest idea, but I think that doesn't mean that she played it wrong.
No,
I
and
think she played it.
I will.
I think she played it right.
Yeah, it doesn't
I-
make
She did
it
everything
bad
she
to
could.
No, I
That was
agree.
just not what we needed in that game.
I agree, and I think the Soraka mid went a lot better than we expected it to go.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that has to be, you know, I remember going into that game, my mid lane was like, oh, it's a nice easy lane, it's a Soraka mid. And I would say the Soraka beat Terra in lane.
Don't ask about
So that was,
Soraka versus Andy.
That was interesting, but I think that's the end of the rankings. I don't have a graphic for it, but I'm going to go down, and I want you each to tell me who you think is going to win. So, Center, who do you have winning this whole thing?
As like nation-wise,
Nation-wise.
I think there's only one option, and there's the number 2 and number 3 are kind of close, but number 1, I think there's a Canyon, and that's of course Shurima.
No bias.
No bias, by the way.
Katito, I mean, your teammate, do you agree?
I mean, I'm just kind of fixing my camera up here, guys, because I think the great nation of Shurima is going to win. I don't know. I can't rate anyone over my team. I think it'd be silly for me to do so. I think we came out of the draft like with an incredible roster. But I think if I was not to put bias on it, I think I think Void. I think Void would be my second pick.
Numeta, obviously you are neutral. You've not got a horse in this race. Who do you have?
So I have my money on Piltover. I think Uncle Isma and Ozzy will do great work. And I heard from the grapevine that Kvit
Will
is
stop.
coaching from Pensive, so I wouldn't sleep on him.
How about you, Alki?
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I do think there's one team that looks really strong. And they know that I'm talking about them. I think Shurima is really good. They don't really have a big weakness I can instantly see. I think if they manage to keep the mental high, that is very important for them. Then I think they can probably do it.
How about you, Kevin?
I mean, going out bias aside, because I can't really rank Piltover because I'm in that. I would think Noxus is actually really good in this.
Noxus.
thing.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, they have like good players against every role, so I think they will really do great in this tournament.
And last, well, before I go, Ozzy.
Yeah, I think Shurima is like miles ahead of us, sadly.
Wow. He hit first.
Where's the confidence?
I kind of have to agree. I mean, if you look across the roles, BMW is one of the top-rated top laners we looked at. You got Expert in the Jungle, who again was across a lot of our lists in the top 2. Katito was the top mid laner in most of our things. Guma Sushi was up there in the ADC. So even without their support, they will win 4v5.
It's kind of cruising in this team. You should be lucky. You should feel lucky.
I mean,
No,
I wonder.
I feel lucky I have him on my team. I think you guys are underestimating center focus. That is.
They're hating.
I think that
to
there's
hate.
no one
seen
who
things that
has a
are
better idea.
They're trying to make.
I'm not
like,
underestimating
that was
shit. I played in the
Saturday
house
was
against
first.
him and he lost.
I've seen things that
I know
are
exactly
win the
what
game.
Center can do, and that's why I'm
Like-
worried.
The last thing I want to say while we're here, while we've got everyone here, I'm going to make a declaration for Shurima across all divisions.
Wait a second.
I think our goal.
Let me just
We're going to
put you on.
liberate the void. Yeah.
Let me just put you on full screen. Let me just put you on full screen. 2 seconds.
Oh, crazy behavior.
There we go. Speak.
Holy shit!
So I think something that Shurima has to do across all divisions is take back the void. I think part of me disagrees that void should have been a region. It is part of Shurima and always will be. And I think that is something that we will do across all 3 divisions. We will dismantle void.
There we go. Some fighting talk. Anyone else want to make some
Void?
declarations?
I just want to ask who's in Void.
That is Jason's team. So that is Jason in mid lane. You've got Grapes in top lane, Pickle Pete, Sootball, and
Ooh, the pickle.
Evolution.
Okay.
pickle.
What about mid and
That was a
top?
pickle Pete.
Mid and
Kinda
upper?
crazy.
Who do they have?
In middle bracket, they have it's Notepad, Ninja, Vodka, Damus, and Lou. And
Yeah,
then
wrap
in
it
upper, it is where are we? It is Dr. Duck, Dino, Cinny, Gricky, and I don't script or Tylenus.
Holy shit, it's the.
On God, I
Instinct,
think
The upper
Dino-
bracket is
They
Oh
do
my
have
God.
Dino Instinct though.
that is if
First
Sinstinct does his
700, by the way.
games. I'm just
Oh
putting
my
that out
God.
there. He's got 11 games
I'm
to
just
go at
saying,
last check.
if I had to like support a team for like different brackets, I think Ionia and middle brackets kind of cooked. They're kind of crazy, bro.
Ionia in
They're-
middle bracket, you're crazy.
Their top laner,
I hear he's an
holy
inter.
shit, went for 475
Oh my
points.
god.
It's way overpriced.
The
And
most
that's all I know about the
expensive
team.
top laner.
That's all
The
I know
most
about that
expensive
team.
top laner.
I'm supporting Freljord because my boy
475
Wally,
for
my
meta.
twin
And,
brother, my blood, is in there.
The one thing we can praise Pickle Pete for is that the absolute secret sauce that he gave to Ionia for middle bracket. What a fucking legend, by the way. We love that guy.
I'm very,
We love-
very
we
grateful.
love Pickle
He
Pete.
spared
Very
me
grateful.
playing with meta.
Yeah, anyway, on that note, we are going to wrap up.
Slippo.
I did hope to have a nice graphic with the streams coming up, but it's looking like our first stream officially is going to be Wednesday. We're still waiting confirmation of which game it will be, but that should be the first game scheduled that we'll be showing. We will try and show as many games as we can live, and especially the weekend, we've got some bumper coverage for you guys, so stay tuned. That'll be getting announced later today. And I just want to thank my 6 colleagues just here for joining me tonight. And we hope to see you guys very soon. Have a good one.